Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we will see how you can install your own Linux server in your system. Right? Whether you are installing in your own bare metal, whether you are installing in your any kind of hypervisor, or maybe you can install as a container or in cloud as well. So we will see all these options going forward, but today we will focus on that how you can set up your own Linux machine in your system, right? So I'm using an Oracle VirtualBox where I will gonna create one VM and I will show you how you can get the ISO and how you can just bring your system up and whether post that how you can register that server towards Red Hat to get the latest patches. So let me take you to the notepad. So what I have done is I have created a RHEL 9 and sent to us already. Why? Because these machines are already up and running since so long. Basically, it is my Ansible master server and this is the client. So that is already running. But yeah, definitely I will explain like how you can set up that RHEL 9 machine and everything. Apart from that, what I have done is I have downloaded a network boot ISO for the uh, RHEL 9 and the Fedora. Fedora is 34 I have downloaded because that is the supported version for RHEL 9, right? I will show you that RHEL 10 machine as well, but as of now, like my hardware is not supported for the RHEL 10. Maybe I will create another video where how you can verify whether that particular hardware is supported for a coming release or not, right? It's not only for this lab, in real environment also, if you wanted to check, then there are few techniques that there are few tools which you can run and you can get that check okay whether that coming release is supported on my hardware or not. If not, then maybe you can plan that new hardware purchase and everything, right? Okay, let's come back to the RHEL 9 machine. So this is the RHEL 9 machine for me, right? It is already working. You can see it is already working. It's working with the yum update as well. It's working with my NTP server as well, right? And yeah, that's it. That is I wanted to show you. So you can see that it is have access to my all repository. These repositories are not local. Those are already there in the Red Hat CDN, right? Because if you see, the subscription manager identity will show you, right? Like whether your machine is registered towards or not, right? Because since it is not my real organization, it is not my real satellite server, so it will gonna generate some random ID from your account, right? I will show you. Let's say this is your account. Where your account? Okay, I think I have closed. So let me quickly log in to the developer.redhat.com. And once you logged in, right, then you can go to the, not this one, it is was console. Sorry about that. Console.redhat.com. Yes. Once you have enabled your developer account, right, then you can come to this hybrid portal, which is a console.redhat.com, or maybe you can redirect from cloud.redhat.com. That the same thing works. Because remember, we have discussed that there is a free available developer subscription up to 16 systems, right? You just need to what? You just need a access on your portal, and then probably you can just uh, download that and you can create your account on developer.redhat.com and you can activate your subscription. So that's what I have already done, right? So let me take you to this RHEL page. So here what I have done is we have this image builder solution, right, which we talked about on that day. This one, optimize for edge, right? So once you have access to this developer.com, right, then you can go to your systems and here you can see that whatever that my server is already registered under these systems on this. And how you can do it? There is a option called image builder. which will help you to build your image accordingly, whatever that you wanted to do on your environment, right? Since this is the RHEL 9 machine, this was the blueprint which I was used for this machine, right? So you can add it from the beginning. Let's say if you start from here, so you can create RHEL 9, RHEL 10, RHEL 8, or even you have option to create CentOS 9 and 10. Then you can choose your architecture, whatever the architecture you have. Then you can choose your target environment, whether it is for private cloud, whether you will gonna run it as a OVA format or VMDK, or maybe you are targeting into the Amazon or GCP, right? Just connect your account and it will automatically be there. I will show you in the GCP, Azure, or AWS, or maybe in all. We'll see later. And you can just create another format as well, maybe a QCOW, ISO, or if you wanted to use is a PXE boot, or maybe it is a Windows subsystem for Linux, right? So these are the formats already available, whatever that you wanted to do. Let's say I want to create only for VMDK, just choose that, right, and hit next. Then this is the organization ID, right? It was showing that ending with 3307. You can see that 3307. And how you come to, because once you create your account, right, so it will automatically get created. You don't have any control on this. It is a random integer, random number which got generated. These are the activation key. As of now, I will not explain what activation key is, but activation key is something which can like you can group your different repos, right? I will show you how you can create your own activation key, or if you don't want to register now, you can just switch to register later. Or if you have your dedicated satellite or capsule is running, you can just give the path of that or URL of to that and the certificate, and it will get automatically register, right? But if you go with this option, then your system will get automatically register and you have access to all these. Not only this, right? So if you check subscription manager repos test as list, and you can see that how many repos are already there which you can enable for your system, right? So it is taking little bit time, I will say, but as of now I just enabled these repos, Ansible and the space, and this is a different repo dedicated file we have. I'll show you how where all these files get created inside the system. If you wanted to create your own local what do you call that yum server, how you can create it, right? Or if you wanted to create your own custom repo, there also a possibility like how you can do it, right? So you can see if I just pipe grep to 1 second, let's say I just wanted to see the ID, and let's count how many we have. So you can see that these all repos are a part of your registration, right? If you don't want to register your server and you need to use this all these repo, right? So what you need to do is you need to create your own local yum server, or maybe you need to create your own local HTTP based server where you can download that ISO, put all the packages, and then probably it will just get that yum.conf file, and you can see that I have around 632, right? So it's not magic, it's just the mechanism which its subscription manager registration will follow from the CDN network. So it is registered directly to the CDN. CDN is nothing. CDN is a Red Hat Content Delivery Network. If you go to the next, so here you have the possibility to install with the FIPS or maybe the OpenSCAP profile. As of now, I'm gonna skip this because we will discuss later. This is the partitioning. Partitioning is nothing. Partitioning is basically where you can divide, right? You can just partition your disk in a different sizes, right? Uh, okay, so here you can go with the automatic partitioning. Or maybe if you want to go with the basic level of partitioning or advanced disk level partitioning, where you can just specify them whatever the minimum disk size required for this image to work. And if you have that any of the mount point, or maybe if you want to go with the volume level VG name, and then the LV name, different LV name, what are the file system, right? So this is just the disk layout that you can set. But what all these VG name, LV, XFS, or maybe the other, you can see that ext4 swap, that we will discuss later. But as of now, if you wanted to a simple solution, then just go with the use automatic partitioning. Let me see what I followed. I forgot. LSBLK if I'm gonna run. Come on, why it's not running? Okay, something wrong with the keyboard. So here you can see uh, there was no PV, I think. Yeah, there was one PV, then definitely we have VG, and then definitely we have LVS. So for me, it was created as a PV, right? So you can see that this entire DBS DB1, this is my additional disk which I have created, but this was a part of my basic partitioning, this automatic partitioning. But later on, when if you wanted to add more, then what I have done is I have created a new I have attached a new disk, then created a VG, then on top of that I have created a LV and I have mounted this as a slash home, right? So let's stick to the automation partitioning now. Then hit the next. This is a repeatable build, right? That's a kind of version you can set on your this blueprint, right? If you don't want to repeat it, then just hit on delay. If you want to repeat, then it will be the snapshot, right? Maybe you uh, today you have done something, right? And after 10 days you change something in your blueprint, means you are customizing your image again. You have maybe you have added a new user, maybe you have added a new NTP server, or maybe you have enabled a new repo, like whatever, right? Then you can easily track those build, right, from that version. Or if you just want to say store it as a template, then you can just hit use from that template as well, right? But I just want to disable it. This is the including repository. If you have that another repository, if you want to include, right, the custom repository. Later on, when we have a dedicated session on this, I will show you. Let's quickly go through quick packages. Again, if you have that additional packages you wanted to install and you wanted to create a user or maybe any of the group, whether that user will be part of admin group or not, that you can specify. You can add multiple user as well. You can set your time zone. If you have that NTP server, dedicated NTP server, you can do. You can choose your language, whatever that language you wanted to do, right? So all these languages you can see that the server language and the keyboard layout, what you can do. Then what will be the host name for your server, which will come with this image, right? So automatically it will come with this and the kernel packages. So basically, if you wanted to pass an additional argument, let's say if you wanted to disable NFS version 4, then you can pass these additional parameter as additional arguments with the kernel so that once the kernel will be booted, it will automatically got those changes and accordingly your environment will be set. Right? So we will see in action going forward how you can do it. These are the additional ports if you wanted to make open in the firewall any of the services you wanted to disable, enabled. So base accordingly you can put those services name. These are the system D services that the daemon system D daemon, which will help you to if you wanted to by default enable, disabled or masked, right? So these are the three phases which we'll see. But yeah, there is an option because it is completely customized, right? So the way you want, you can do it. That's what that we have all these options. This is the first boot configuration, like a cloud init stuff. If you want to apply something the moment server is up, let's say you wanted to update your server, so probably you can just hit one, or you wanted to install some Apache server, or you just wanted to create some user, right? So that you can put as a script here, and the moment the first boot configuration is done, that will be applied to your system. This is the image detail. This is the name of that your blueprint. This is the age, date from today, right? So not today, maybe that time it was created because we have edited the current existing blueprint, right? So it was somewhere I think in 19th July 2025 somewhere I have created this, and then hit and next, and it will show you all the summary, right? Once you save it, so you have the option to this, right? Here you can see that build image. If you just hit VMware or the Bear installer, whatever that you want, you can just hit on that, you can create that image and you can download it. Once that is downloaded, you can map it to the Oracle VirtualBox and you can reboot your machine. So that is the one way from the developer account. Let me show you quickly if you are on that access.redhat.com, right? So how you can do it? You can simply go to this download option. If you hit on this download latest, right? Just click on the download latest. So it will show you, okay, you have these network install, you have these offline install, right? You have that virtualization images already, right? You can see that we have these images already. You just need to, it is in QCOW format because QCOW is the Rev virtualization format that you can download and map it and to hit the boot and install start your machine. So this is the 9.7 boot ISO. It needs a, live internet connection to boot that on the internet, right? Because to install the packages, to register yourself on the portal. So that's what it is required. If you hit on this build latest, so that will take you to the same page, right? From here you can get the latest image of your stuff. But if you hit on downloads, and then download will be started for that particular image. If you have that good internet connection and you don't want to install on the network, you can go with the offline install image. But keep in mind that it is almost a 13 GB in size. And if you download it, it's a 1.29 GB, which you can download and you can map it, which we'll see today also, like how you can do it. So that is the second way, like how you can get your VM done. Once you have that ISO image ready, right? The first one is like if you have that uh, what you say that VMDK which we just downloaded, right? So what you can do is you can just say rel 9 hyphen boot, the name whatever that you wanted to give name. This is the folder where you want to store. So what I have done is I have dedicated drive called virtual data center. I will just keep that my VM in this folder. ISO image, you if you want you can just get. So this is the what I have done is I have already downloaded this Fedora server 34 and this RHEL 9 boot version, right? So I will use these two today. So you can just map that ISO. So I will gonna map this ISO, and I don't want to that automatically install, right? I want to interfere in between. This is the virtual hardware you can specify to this, and this is the way, right? So let's stick it to the 30 GB, and don't click on this pre-allocate, because what it will do is it will create your disk in advance, right? And that way, uh, it will little take time. There is no harm, but it will take time. And if you don't check this box, then maybe the moment you use the machine automatically, with the help uh, the amount of usage will be incremented, the size will be automatically get assigned. But if you have that VMDK already downloaded, right, which I just show you that how from here you can download this VMDK, then what you can do is you can map that ISO here, right? So you can see that I have few VMDK VDI image already there, which I have mapped to a different machines. But this way you can just uh, say finish, and you can boot your machine, whatever the username and password you have set in your blueprint, same username and password you can use, and your VM is up and running in a very 1 or 2 minute. But in this scenario, we will see that how you can do it with the ISO image. So what I have done is I have mapped this ISO image, and I have just give some virtual hardware and then creating that hard disk. Once you are done, just click on finish, and it will gonna create your VM. Okay, come on, what is missing? Why it's not taking me? This is correct, this is correct, this is correct. Yeah, OS also you can select the distribution. It is Red Hat and the OS version is 64. I don't want to anything. I want to this 2 CPU and 2 GB of RAM. Fine. Virtual hard drive, I would say 30 GB, and it will not a pre-allocated version. So let's finish now. Once that is done, the one thing you need to verify that whether you have that correct network attached or not. So for me, it is a NAT network. So maybe if you want, you can go to the bridge network, which will directly connect it to your LAN card or that whatever that you are using, right? So probably I will go with the NAT, and once you agree, just hit on OK, right? But I will not go. So I will just stick into the NAT as well, or net only, right? Once you're done, just start your machine and it will get automatically started, and then we'll see what next we can do. Okay, meanwhile the VM gets started, let me just show you one more thing. My hardware is not compatible with the RHEL 10 and CentOS 10 stream, or maybe the Fedora. You can see that deprecated hardware is detected because my architecture is 64 v2, right? But somehow it is supported for till RHEL 9. So the document which we were discussing yesterday, right, for the getting Fedora and everything. So I have updated this, right? I will upload these or everything on the GitHub, and I will put that GitHub link in somewhere in description so that you can get it. So I have updated this with the latest. Latest is something whatever the latest. But if you go to the archive, right? So archive will take you to the this page where you have, let's say, mm, it will be under here. So once you are done, you can go to the Linux, and under releases you will have that different version. You can see starting from 9 all this, right? So I have chosen 34, which was the first base image for the RHEL 9, and under 34 you can go to the server, and then you can just choose your architecture and go to the ISO, and from there you can download this ISO. You can go with the 35 as well, 36, up to 39 you can go. But again, Fedora 40 is a base image for RHEL 10, right? There the requirement got changed. So up to 39 you can use. So what I have done is I have already downloaded this 34 version, right? So we'll see later. Let's see what is happening with our VM now. Okay, so it got booted. Okay, there is something wrong with the mouse integration. No, it's not working, so let me fix it. What we will do is probably we'll stop the machine again. I'll go to this and I will go to the settings, and under display This is under system, right? I will change it to USB, pointing device to USB, and let's give a try. Maybe it is getting conflicted with the software which I am using to record this session, but not sure. But let me give a try and then we'll see it. So apart from that, what I wanted to show you this developer session, right? This developer.redhat.com, you can come and you can log into your that account. You can come to the Red Hat Enterprise Linux and you can come to the download option, and there you will have this, right? Let me just hit that. Okay, it will not gonna work. We'll see. Once you activate your subscription, right, then you have that option towards your what? Towards your uh, developer subscription. There you can subscribe your 16 VMs up to VM, and these are the options you can choose. You have the access for a limited time period to the developer sandbox and an online lab as well. If you wanted to download it for the what to the Podman desktop, that also you can do. These are the specific release, right, which we already seen that it is 9.7, so it is 129, right? If it is DVD, it is almost 13 GB. So this is the same thing which you can do. This is the developer session which I just talked about. You can just sign up and you can activate your subscription. These are the trial version for a different solution on the cloud basis. These are the cloud ready images which is already there. You can just grab it and you can spin up the VM using those images. These are the UBI image. We'll show you that how you can take a use of UBI image and create your own container. Then this is the WSL, means isolated a kind of virtual VM which will gonna run a Linux on top of Windows. And these are solution for SAP. If you are already a user of CentOS and wanted to switch to yourself as a Linux user, then there is a possibility y- y- that you can migrate from CentOS to Linux with the help of convert to RHEL, which a command line utility will help you analyze whether the possible is or not, right? But if it is there, then definitely you can switch to or migrate from CentOS to Linux. These are few extension which I just wanted to show you. If you are a user of VS Code, right, and you are using some kind of development work, let's say for the YAML file you are writing, XML file you are writing, or maybe some OpenShift connector you are doing, right? So these are these a few Red Hat developed VS Code extensions which you can install in your VS Code and you can take a leverage, right? Very nice extension this YAML. If you are working on the Ansible, then probably you can just hit on this, right? I have that already Ansible series in my channel. If you wanted to learn what Ansible is, how it works, then probably just please check it out. These are the OpenShift connector and everything, right? Whatever that dependency, you can just get those extension installed. But let me take back to you to the developer and we'll see quickly. Okay, so apart from that, you have that Fedora Linux and the CentOS stream, right? That we have already seen. So let's see what is happening now. Okay, it's still loaded. Automatically, it will be taking a long time today. But anyways, let's see. And I have doubt if it works. Okay, now it is working, right? So I will choose the English as a language for my server, right? And then you can hit on continue. Once you've done that, it is a based on Anaconda installation, right? It will give you a complete overview where you can just go and choose your stuff. So you can see I have that keyboard is US. You wanted to connect to Red Hat? Yes, I wanted to connect. So what username and password you need to, don't worry, the same password which you have created for your developer account, right? You just need to place those. So let me put my password. And the set system purpose, if you wanted to set like it is a RHEL 9 server, it is self-supported, usage is for development and test, right? And connect to Red Hat Insight if you wanted to do. If you don't want, then it is just a additional plugin it will gonna install. What are the option to connect with your account? So I am using my network, so I'm not using any kind of proxy or maybe base URL or set RHEL. Just hit on register. So what it will do, it will gonna register that machine, check the basically this whatever the credential you have put, whether those are correct or not. Right, so let's give it a little time, and here you can see that system is registered, right? It is this one, this one, this one, right? And we are good with this part. If you hit on done, so it will take you again back to the uh, this page. So here the system installation destination, right? So we have created this 30 GB, right? So you can just go and you can create your own storage configuration, or if you want to choose, you can create your custom, right? So as of now, I will just quickly go to the custom now and hit on done. Once you done, it will give you a window where again you can create your own LVM file system, right? Let's say you are creating this file system. You you are creating, let's say, slash, what is the capacity you are putting? Let's say I'm just putting the 10 GB, add mount point. It will be added, see, right? And if there is another requirement that then you can do. If you have wanted to change the capacity of this, right? As of now, it is coming to 16 GB. I want in GB, right? So you can just say 10 space GIB, right? So that way that you can update it, and you can update these settings. Once it is done, it will be changed to 10 GB, and now you have 20 GB space left in your disk. So let's say if you don't want this, so just select and hit on this minus button. This particular file system will get deleted. If you want to still want to create automatically, just hit on that, click here to create them automatically, and whatever the required file system, right, it will automatically get created. So you can see there is a volume group called RHEL was created with the LVM as a device type and the file system as a XFS. Capacity will be this much. Apart from that, 2 GB of swap space will be created from the same volume group with the file system with swap. And this is the additional slash boot standard partition is created, which is required for this to installation. So I'm happy with this. I hit on done. It will ask you that, okay, you are creating a new partitioning on that disk, right? So everything will be destroyed, whatever you are doing. If you are agree, accept changes, otherwise you can just deny those. So that is also done. Language support is done. Installation source, you can see it is already coming Red Hat CDN because we have registered, right? It is a network boot. It is not a offline installation. KDump as of now keep it enabled, but you have the option to manual or that disable it, right? What KDump is, we will see going forward. This is the network host name. This is the network we are using, right? And if you wanted to choose a host name, right? Let's say RHEL 9 boot, I just want to give and hit on apply. You can see that it is on applied and you can hit on done, right? Security profile, again, the same thing that different OpenSCAP benchmark, right? But as of now, I don't want to use any of them. Root user, right? So root user password you can set. Lock root account, allow root SSH with login. Yes, I want. If you wanted to need to create another user, then you can create. Let's say I want to create a path for cloud. The username is this one. Make this user as in require a password to use this account. Yes, and hit that password stuff. So I have set that password and hit on done. Everything is done. Now it will just take little time because this will gonna check everything from that CDN, right? So it will give you an option where you can select a different profile, like whether you want a minimal installation, whether you want some additional parameter install, like a kind of web server HTTP, or you want to complete GUI based, right? So it will gonna take little some time. So let's keep it, hold it, and meanwhile we'll see the Fed or maybe Fedora we will see in the next video. But as of now, I will just give a pause here and I will wait to be completed. Once that is done, then I will resume my video and will show you that what is the next step you have to take. Okay, so just bear with me. Okay, so it took around 10 minutes to finish this. Now we have this option available, right? So just click on that and you can choose your software which you wanted to install here. So I just clicked on and it will take you to the window where we have the different options for, you can see that server with GUI. Still you have option like what all you wanted to additional you want to install with this debugging tool, remote, DNS server, performance tool. If you just wanted to with the server, right, where you don't have the GUI, right, like that we have this our server, this one, then you can go with the server option. If you want to with the minimal install, then you can see that limited number of packages. If you wanted to install it as a workstation, custom operating system, or maybe virtualization host, where it will come with the virtualization binaries tools already installed. But let's stick with the server with GUI now. And if you wanted to any of these, you can just install. But if you don't want, later also you have the possibility with the yum binary you can. So I will not install any of the anything as of now, right? So I just stick to this graphical administration and development tool. That's it. These two additional stuff I wanted to install. Okay. And once you are agree, right, then just hit on done button. It will gonna again verify whether whatever that you have chosen that is applicable to this box or not. Right? See, once that is done, then you have the option to begin installation. It is done. Now you can install your start your installation. That will take around 30 to 45 minutes based on your internet speed, and then we'll see. So again, I'm gonna pause my video and we'll see once that is ready. Okay, so almost 30-40 minutes post, I can see that my system is installed and it is waiting for my reboot. So let's quickly reboot and we'll see that what will be the next option here. Because once you boot the system with that network boot image, right? So everything will be done on the network. It is not something that locally you can do. So that you have to wait at least it will be completed and configured and everything. And this is the final boot you need to take, and it is a mandatory. Now you can see that prompt has been changed. Now it is not booting with the ISO, rather it is booting with that drive where this system get installed. And we have installed it with the GUI mode, so obviously it will come with that GUI mode. So it is just loading the configuration, and probably we need to accept the end user license agreement, which is something called EULA. But let's see, and then probably you can log in with that user. I think we have set a path for cloud user and the root user for this machine. So it is just about to come. Let me just see how long it will take. And here you go. You can see it is listed the path for cloud. If you are intend to log into another user, then just click on that not listed and you can just put the username and it will be. If the user is already listed, just click there and just hit the password and hit enter, and it will be logged into your system and will display the first screen of your system, which is desktop. Let's see. And yeah, now we are logged in. If you wanted to take the tool, then you can do. Otherwise, you can skip it with that option, no thanks. And here you can see that this is the terminal. These are the other kind of menu which you can just explore what all uh, options we have, all the other programs we have, right? And this is the menu. Let me just switch to sudo because we have already make this user as a admin user, so it is already part of our wheel group. Now if you run the subscription manager identity, so you will see that okay, this is already registered to that same uh, our organization. Okay, let me take you to that okay, it's developer. Right now it's console.redhat.com. So let me quickly log in and I'll show you whether this server is registered under our system or not, because we are using this developer subscription method here, right? So it should come automatically there. So this is our RHEL. So let's go to the RHEL, and under inventory, if you go to the system, so I'm hoping that will be come here. Which account? Okay, it is using a different account. So let me log out and log in that different account. So it was path for cloud. And now if you check that RHEL system inventory, so it should be visible under the inventory. Now here you go. You have the system list. RHEL 9 was already there, and now you can see that local domain. Because when we registered this box, right, that time, if you remember, we haven't set the what you call that domain name, right? So that is why it took pick this name as a local domain and local domain, right? But you can see that it is registered today only, and whatever that you have done rel 9 boot, right? So you can see that host name now it is picking that the same. If you want to change it, maybe what you can do, I'm not sure if that is possible here or not. But what you can do is you can just check the other details. It's a 2 CPU, 2 core, right? These are the flags, operating system. Like it can read each and every step. So we have how it will be able to read all these stuff, because remember we have opt for that light speed, right? That inside plugin. So that will be automatically installed and it is giving us the all detail to our portal. So that is the way that you can do your stuff, all these. If you have other option to set, then you can go to the settings and there you can explore, okay, what all settings we have for our, like we have this background, we have this Bluetooth, right? We have the multitasking, you have to the application, you can go to the display if you want to change the orientation, right? Landscape to a different, or maybe if you want to change this to, let's say, this to, let's say, let's say this, right? Once you do, hit on apply and it will ask you, okay, whether you want to keep the changes or you want to revert. So I want just want to keep. So you can see that now it is looks good. Mouse and touchpad, right? So it's a kind of almost every information and the configuration is there. So it's up to you, whatever that you want to do, and you can just hit enter. Right, so now this is the machine ready, and if you see the repo list also is there because it is already registered, right? But since it is a bootable, right, so updates will not be there because it is a purely a fresh install. But still we're gonna try. If any update is there, I will update it. So I will keep this system up. I will not gonna decommission it because maybe going forward we need any kind of configuration in the GUI mode. So probably we can quickly power it on and we will work with that. Okay. So that was a quick RHEL network boot installation. How you can register to that, or if you want to build your own image, then we have seen that on console.redhat.com we have the option to do that. Okay. So in next video, because this video is little long, so I will quickly create another video for the Fedora installation and there we'll see that what options we have. Okay, so just let me know in comment section what version you are using for your Oracle or maybe VMware, that as a virtualization software, or in real environment what kind of uh, operating system you are using mostly, whether it's a RHEL 7 stick or RHEL 8, RHEL 9, whatever, right? And we can see that uh, how we can quickly get rid of all these legacy operating, because RHEL 7 is out of support now, right? So now you need to migrate it to RHEL 9 or probably RHEL 10. So RHEL 8 is also there, but it will not be so long supported. But let's see. Okay, so that's it for the day. Probably I will meet you in the next video where we will see the Fedora installation. Till then, I hope you will be ready with your lab and we'll start our journey. Thank you.